Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Power 30. How are ya? If you're catching the recording, kudos to you. Hope everybody gets something out of this morning. I'm super excited, super fired up. But we're gonna start off like we always do. Celebrate yourself, shout someone out on your team. Even if they're not on here, they might be watching the recording. Let me hear the things. I'm actually gonna start. I've got two level ones that are just killing it. They are doing the thing. So I've got Andrea and I've got Sandy. They've got events on the schedule. They've got me in chats. They are posting, they are doing the things. I just love their tenacity and their willingness to get uncomfortable. So, who wants to go next? Shout yourself out, shout your team out.
I will go, and I have one of my people that agreed to go to convention and got her plane ticket and everything.
Yes. That is a big deal. I love that. I love that. Who else?
Okay, I will go. I can turn my camera on really quick. Okay, I look all crazy. We've got the kids home for, whatever. Anyway, so Tiffany, my level one, is traveling, moving her husband back to Oregon from Tennessee while she stays in Tennessee with her kids. But this woman has not skipped a beat. She has still been inviting to calls. She took extra samples with her back to Oregon so that she could get all her new Oregon people. And I was blown away. Like, there was no excuses. She showed up for our business building call at 8 o'clock at night through traveling in a truck with three kids with headphones on. We were cracking up. I was joking, like, have you seen my baseball? It was hilarious. But she showed up and she never skipped a beat and there was no excuse. So if she can do it, so can we.
I love it. Don't you love when your new people inspire you? Like you're like, "Oh yeah, I used to
Yeah.
do
Oh, yeah, I can do this.
that." I love that. That is awesome. Who else?
I'm going to shout out my wife. I don't think she was able to jump on yet, but she has said that after Leaders Retreat community, she's like, I get it now. I see how people are doing it the right way, which is a great example that we had in the past. And she said, you know what? Maybe I can do this. I'm just going to start with reels every day. And I think today she was on reel like 6 or 7 that she's been putting up there. So you guys can check her out. I am so stoked for her. She had me on a 3-way call yesterday. We're talking with a woman.
Michael froze for me. Did he freeze for you, Lisa? Okay. Well, that is exciting. I love that. And I mean, like 6 or 7 reels, like already. It's not easy, you guys. Like, it's easy to start out and get like 1 or 2, 3, but like that's hard. That's commitment. So I love that. And I love that Leaders Retreat was such a good vision caster for her. All right. So exciting. I will shout out Jen Jones. We were chit-chatting last week. She did an event on like perimenopause, menopause, and she had like over 30 people in her chat. So I was like, we were chit-chatting back and forth. I was like, get it, girl. Like, that is awesome. So shouting Jen out.
I have
Go
one.
ahead.
Sorry, I can't put my picture up right now, but um Becky called me yesterday and she said she said somebody just came into my work and said, she's never said anything about this before, and she's like, they just come into my work and said, did I understand right that you sell products that might help me lose weight and have help other issues and stuff? Becky's like, yes, I do, and I have samples right here. But she gave her a sample, and she's supposed to be coming back in today, so she's gonna talk to her, and so I've already given her product suggestions and stuff of what to do, and so. But yeah, she was real excited about that.
Yes. I was so happy to get her voice message yesterday. I was like, yeah, that's so fun. I love when that happens. Christine, your husband was just singing your praises and he's so proud of you and we are so proud of you. Keep it up.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? All right, we're going to jump into this. If you can turn your camera on, I don't really care what you look like. Okay. I don't really care. I don't care if you're in your pajamas still. I don't care if you're sweaty from your workout. I don't care if you've got a baby on your hip. If you can turn it on, great. Cause then I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. All right. So we're going to talk about subconscious, because I feel like I talk about that a lot, but I feel like I'm learning a lot, and I'm learning a lot from my own subconscious. And I shared this with a couple of girls yesterday in our accountability call. And it's just been like this aha moment, right? And sometimes that's what it takes for us to kind of unlock the power to be like, I have control over my subconscious all the time. I don't even realize the default my subconscious is on. So I want you guys to follow me in this. And really, I hope this resonates deep with you guys and it is helpful. Okay. So, let's start off by saying, okay, who on here has heard, like, oh, if your goal is to sign up, like, 3 people, like, don't just make your goal to sign up 3 people, make it 5. Because if your goal is 3, then you sign up 1, or like for data purposes, 1.5, and you're like, well, it wasn't that bad. I got halfway to my goal, or I got 2 out of 3. Like, that's not bad, right? But your goal was 3. So it's like, hey, like, if you really want 3, let's shoot for like 5 or 6. Like, let's overshoot the goal, right? Like I just said, Jen Jones got 30 people in that chat, right? The chances of all 30 people signing up in the next like 2-3 months is probably slim, because that's a lot of people. However, she has upped the chances of signing up 5, 6, 7 people because of the quantity, right? So it's like, this is going to be my goal, but like, I'm going to push for this. Like, this is what I want to hit. So I'm just going to shoot a little farther. We've all heard that, right? All right. So now switch gears a smidgen here. How many? Okay. So let me see what's on. We've got golds on here. We've got senior gold. Do I have a senior gold on here? Yes. Senior gold. Michael's senior gold. Okay. Do we have any rubies on here? Anybody ruby on here? Okay. So how many points? Michael, you are a senior ruby. How many points is a senior ruby? I'm sorry, senior gold. I'm speaking that one right into existence. Amen.
250, but 750 is a good goal.
Yes, right. Okay. 250 for senior gold. Mary's a senior gold too. 250. All right. So that is senior gold. How many points is a ruby? Somebody tell me. 500. Okay. And we just discussed that senior ruby is 750. Now, emerald is 1,500 points. Okay. I could rapid fire these ranks to you guys, and you will spit out how many points is each rank, right? However, a senior gold is 250 points to 499. All of those points in between are senior gold. An emerald is 1,500 points to 2,999. When you hear someone say, I want to go emerald, what do you think immediately? How many points?
1,500.
1,500. You don't think 2,000, 2,200, 2,500. I am an emerald. And when I say, oh, I'm an emerald, I see a flash of 1,500 points. When I say, Michael, you're going to go ruby this month, you see 500 points. You don't see 600 or 749. Or, yeah. Our brains, our subconscious is capping our goal at what we have told it is the goal. Michael, would you rather be a 500 point ruby or a 749 point ruby?
749 all day long.
All day long, but your subconscious does not know that. So who on here, okay, let's be super vulnerable for a minute. Who on here has lost rank before? And all you can think about is getting back to that wholesome number of your rank. Amen? I just need 100 points. I just need 250. I just need 1500. Come on. Anybody else have chills right now and you feel like I've been doing this wrong? Our brains, and this is not your fault. This is not your fault. But this is what awareness does. Awareness says, I keep trying to get back to where I was and what I believe is the goal. What if your goal was, my goal right now, my goal is to get as close to diamond as I possibly can. That's 4,500 points. When I hear diamond, I don't think 6,000, I think 4,500, right? So if you're like, my goal is to get as close to senior ruby as possible. Obviously, for most of you, that includes a ruby rank up, or if it's ruby, you want to get as close to ruby, that's a senior gold rank. All of the numbers in between are the rank up. All of the numbers in between are getting your rank back. Everyone has fall off, okay? Like, you can sometimes expect like 30% fall off and nobody's really going to look at you weird. Like, that's 3 people out of 10. Like, that's not weird, right? Well, fall off and retention become a little less scary when you've given yourself a cushion for your goals. You keep getting back. You bump it, you hit it. You're like, I re-ranked gold. I re-ranked senior gold. I re-ranked emerald. Awesome. And then what happens? Sometimes you go backwards. Why? Because you hit the lid of your goal. Your subconscious like, we did it. We're here. Woohoo, win for us. And the logical side of you is like, well, I wasn't done. Hey, I'm an emerald. I'm a ruby. I'm a gold. But I think we would all agree that the upper end of that scale is actually what we want. You want to be a senior gold, but a 350, 375 point senior gold looks a heck of a lot better. But your brain is just answering the question that you're giving it. And your subconscious is going to solve for that problem. So it is not surprising to me that yes, you can re-rank. Yes, you can get back to your rank. Does not surprise me. Because that's the question you're giving your subconscious. Is this like tracking with anybody right now? Like, I have had this realization and I'm like, what the heck? Why didn't anybody tell me this sooner? And I did this with senior ruby, y'all. Okay. I double ranked ruby, senior ruby. Then I lost senior ruby for a little bit. And I just was like, I can't get back. I can't get back. I can't get back. 750, 750, 750, 750. I can't get back. I can't get back. And it was so frustrating. And Phil was like, forget senior ruby, go for emerald. And I'm like, how am I going to get emerald if I can't even hit senior ruby? Right? We get that like trash going. Yeah. And I'm like, I've done this before, like, 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm like, and then within this last week and a half, I'm like, what is my brain trying to do? It's solving the problem I'm giving it. I need to give it a different problem. I need to give it a different problem and I need to attack it a different way. Keith, I was on a call with Keith and he had said, like, you can get ranks, like, don't even worry about getting ranks back. Like, don't even worry about it. You can do it, right? He was like, it might take, you might have some fall off. He's like, the problem is you get your rank back and then you're losing it because you're doing the same things to get it back. Do something different to get it back. Don't just try to get to it. Just don't even worry about it. Just like wave on your way by, stepping stone. Hey, hello, nice seeing ya. Like, let's go. Give your brain the problem you actually want it to solve. Stop capping yourself. We write out gold, okay? I'm like, everybody go make out your gold little charts and your 20 stars, right? Why do we only put 20 on there? Does anybody ever like write a couple extra? When I made my emerald like post, it was like 2 big pieces of 12 by 12 paper with squares, right? When I made that, there was a 1500 block and I went to 1700 on the chart, right? And I'll tell you back then, I don't know why, but that's just the action that I took. We had over 1700 points when we went emerald. And I hit emerald on the 28th of May. So I had 4 more days. We had over 1700. Okay. And back then, like, I didn't know what I was doing, right? Like, I was just making it. I'm like, I've got room on the paper. Maybe we'll just add a couple more lines. Cool. Now to say, I'm going sapphire, I need 3,000 points. No, I don't. I need more than that. You want to go ruby? You need more than 500 points. If you were at convention and you saw, I don't remember his name and I'm having a total blank, but the Iron Cowboy guy, you know how he was talking about he wanted to like break the record, right? Of all the, and his approach was like, why am I gonna like just break it? Like, let me squeak in there with an extra 2 seconds. Like, what's the point? I'm gonna break it and I'm gonna set a new one. A big one. Something somebody's gonna have to work towards because I don't want to have to turn around and break it again. Right? That's the tenacity that we need to have goal setting. I don't need 3,000 points for sapphire. Right? That's the invitation to the club. You don't need 500 points for ruby. That's your invitation. What's your norm going to be? That's where we need to be shooting. And I will tell you this. We play small all the time in every area of our life, right? This seems great because we don't have it. This seems like this is so far out of reach. And then when we get it, we're like, I feel like maybe I had more. I feel like maybe we could have done more. I feel like we could have, so unlock that part of you that's like, that doesn't make sense. And you're like, this sounds absolutely nuts. This sounds crazy. But this is what I think this is what we're going to do. Unlock that part of your brain. Start telling your subconscious what you want it to believe, not what it's been believing. And your brain is going to solve for that problem. If I rapid fired you questions right now, you'd all spit answers out immediately, right? Because your brain's solving for it. So tell it what you want it to solve. And then that brings me to my second point of goal setting. I'm listening to Who Not How. If you haven't listened to that or read that, great book, Who Not How. And they talk about, and this was a big thing for me because there's a little bit of trauma. I have a little bit of trauma from trying to go for sapphire. And when I think about that or talk about that, my subconscious says immediately, do you really want to go through all that again? Not the wins, not the highs, not that stuff. The if you don't make it, do you really want to go through that again? Right? That's immediately what happens. So I was like having this crisis. I'm like fighting with my subconscious, like, shut up. Nobody wants to listen to you. And I turn on Who Not How, and they start talking about how people put off goals because of pain. So they stop. I've been there. I know you've been there. I'm like, I don't really want to set a goal. Do I have to set it? Can we just let this happen? Like, whatever happens. I don't want to like put it out there. You stop doing it because of pain. But do you want to know what else you stop doing? You stop doing what you're good at. You stop doing what you're good at because you don't have a goal. And what they're talking about in the book is you have to stop the how. I'm a workaholic, okay? I follow directions very well. I'm an awesome employee. Follow directions really well. I don't mind hustling. I will work crazy, ridiculous hours, okay? That's me. So give me the how. This has been a learning curve for me, but who? But they're saying it's no longer about the activities that are going to get you to the goal, but rather the people that are going to get you there. Let's think about the Olympics, okay? The USA board of whoever has a meeting and they're like, we are going to go to the Olympics this year and we are going to win all of the gold medals. They don't have to have a meeting about what medals they want to win. They already know, okay? And they're not going to have a meeting about how are we going to do this? What is our plan of attack to win gold medals? They don't even have that conversation. They say, who is going to be on the Olympic team to help us win this gold medal? That's the question they have to answer. Who is going to make up the Olympic team? That's the question that we need to answer for our goals. Who do I need to become, and who do I need to take with me to become a 675-point Ruby? Not how. We already know the how. Post, reach out, messages, follow up, repeat. That's the how. Honestly. Who do you need to become, and who do you need to take with you? And what questions is your subconscious solving? So I want to encourage you guys. Sit down. If you have not been making goals because you're scared, I totally get it. I totally get it. I've been there. I have the fight every single month because I'm just like, I don't want to emotionally get attached to it. I don't want the letdown. I don't like emotions. I don't want to feel them. I don't want to feel pain. Like, let's just do the thing. I get it. But your team does not know where they're going if you do not have a goal. You are the leader. Okay? So I want to challenge you to set a goal. I want you to decide okay, this is going to be my goal. And I want you to listen to the subconscious voice that talks right after those words come out of your mouth. And if you're like, oh no, it's so loud in my head, I can't, call your sponsor and tell them, this is my goal for the rest of this month. This is my goal for going into April. And then listen to what your subconscious says. And it might say something that you don't ever want to admit. But guess what? You're going to have to listen to it because you're going to have to give it a new question, a new problem. Set your goal. Figure out who do you need to become? Who do you need to take with you? And know that if you're not doing these things, like you're totally normal. It's normal to be listening to your subconscious. But what happens and the beauty of what we do is like we've got personal growth. We've got strategies to change that little voice in our head. Remember the video we watched last week and listened to of the dad talking to the girl while she's running? Okay. If he was not talking in her ear, who would be talking in her ear? Her subconscious. My legs hurt. I don't know if I can pass her. This hill is really hard. I don't know if I can keep going. I can't send another message. The last person ghosted me. What if they start and stop? No one's answering me. I put a post up and nobody liked it. Why are you even doing this? Someone's talking in your head all the time. And the faster that we get a handle on that little voice, the better. And the more powerful you are. Yes. Yes, you don't have to believe everything you think. Absolutely. Absolutely. And listen, when you start getting into this, you're going to feel like a crazy person. Cause I feel like sometimes like, you know, they say like the devil on your shoulder. Like I'm literally like, where did that come from? Who said that? Because the logical side of my brain is like, no, these are the things I want. And then this guy over here is, and it's always the left side of my brain. I'm not sure why. Like, I'm like, what? Who said that? Who said that? And a lot of times I was on a voicemail message yesterday with Megan and Alita, and Megan and Alita wants me to do something and I am petrified and I'm on and I'm like trying to talk. I'm like, I just don't know. Like, I just don't want to, I'm afraid that this is exactly how it's going. I'm afraid that like, if she thinks and I'm like, you know what it comes down to? You know what the truth is? And I don't know why I'm just not saying it. Like, I don't want to push her away. Like sometimes we talk our way around, like, you know what the voice is saying, but you don't want to say it. It's uncomfortable. So listen to that voice because that voice is what is tripping you up. we were on that, we had this Senior Ruby Jewel call about March with Jen Cobb. And her challenge to all of the Senior Rubies and all of the Jewels is to double your points this month. Michael, if you doubled your points last month, what would they be?
Very close to 499. Enough to go for 525.
Yeah. So sometimes it's the crazy, ridiculous, like, this is going to sound absolutely nuts, but shoot big. Go big. What do they say? Shoot for the moon and land among the stars. If Michael shoots for doubling his points and he lands at 399, I don't think my man's going to be too upset about it. He ain't gonna be mad. Like, be willing to set the goals, even if they're scary. And it's, guys, like it's not that big of a deal if you don't hit it. And I'm like preaching to the choir here, because here's the thing. If you're setting big goals, you're giving yourself a cushion, but you're gonna work harder and smarter because it's bigger. It's bigger. It's exciting. So I want to challenge you. Who do you need to become? Who do you need to take with you? What is your goal? And retrain your brain right now that ranks are not one number. It is a window. It is a window. You are a Ruby, whether you have 500 or you have 749. So why stop at 500? All right. Love you guys. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Talk to you later.